Ready to go? And they're off, and River Arrow and Ruby Yeats, the first two, to gallop away from the starting team. Ding Ding on the left, and they're followed by, on the inside, Shaw's Dilemma, then Our Dot's Baby, and held up at the back is Sandy Mount Rose in the noseband and the hood. Philip Donovan going to ride a patient race, seemingly, on Sandy Mount Rose as they race towards the second in this Tie the Knot Catering Mares Handicap Hurdle. River Arrow, the definite leader there from Ding Ding, and then on the far side Ruby Yeats in the dark green colours. Shaw's Dilemma is next, and then Sandy Mount Rose and Our Dot's Baby. A couple of circuits ahead of them then as they race up the hill towards flight number 3, and River Arrow with cheap pieces fitted for the first time today. Ben Post in the saddle. River Arrow bidding to defy top weight here, but down in grade a little bit possibly, and leads over this one from Ruby Yeats, and then Ding Ding, Shaw's Dilemma, Sandy Mount Rose, the lightly raced Sandy Mount Rose, and finally Our Dot's Baby. So swinging the top left-hander, and River Arrow allowed her head here and goes on by 4 lengths to Ruby Yeats in second place, rather more than 4 lengths perhaps. Ding Ding in close company with Ruby Yeats on the outside. Ding Ding, the 6 times course winner. A way to go to beat the record, though. That's held by a horse called Manhattan Boy, who won here 14 times, remarkably. Shaw's Dilemma back in 4th, and then Sandy Mount Rose, and finally Our Dot's Baby. Down the hill, down the back straight, and River Arrow leading the way. Ben Post for trainer Tom Simmons. Tom had a double at Hereford the other day. Ruby Yeats on the inside, held together by Josh Moore, who of course took the opener aboard Iconic Muddle. Ding Ding close up under Mark Goldstein, her regular partner. Then Shaw's Dilemma, Sandy Mount Rose, and Our Dot's Baby. Over the next. All jumping that one pretty cleanly, and into the railway bend once again as they return towards their departure point. And it's still River Arrow that leads the way to Ruby Yeats in second. Ding Ding is third, and then in the black jacket, Liam Harrison aboard Shaw's Dilemma. In the green, Sandy Mount Rose and Philip Donovan, and finally Our Dot's Baby, Rex Dingle in the saddle aboard Our Dot's Baby. Approaching the next 2 flights, River Arrow still out clear of Ruby Yeats at this one. The leader jumping straight and true from in second on the inside, Ruby Yeats. Shaw's Dilemma to the inner. Still out wide is Ding Ding, and then Sandy Mount Rose and Our Dot's Baby. River Arrow into the next. Jumped it well, but they're rather closer to this leader now, the pursuers, as they race towards the winning line with a circuit to go, and River Arrow continues to lead the way. Ruby Yeats, and then Shaw's Dilemma. Ding Ding, the course specialist on the outside of Sandy Mount Rose, and then Our Dot's Baby at the next. Over this one, just pitching slightly on landing there, River Arrow. Ding Ding taking closer order on the outer as they climb the hill. River Arrow, Ding Ding out wide of then Shaw's Dilemma, Ruby Yeats, Sandy Mount Rose. They're all in close company, and Our Dot's Baby, although lost, is not very far behind the leader. So racing towards the back straight now. River Arrow seeking to stay in front here under Ben Post, but nearly joined by Ding Ding. Shaw's Dilemma, Ruby Yeats round the inner. At the next, better from River Arrow this time, but they're all beginning to breathe down her neck here with driving up the inside, Ruby Yeats, Our Dot's Baby up the inner. Right there, Shaw's Dilemma, fighting for a bit of racing room. Ding Ding right there, bang there with every chance on the outside with her familiar White Blaze. And just waiting in behind, waiting to pounce possibly, is Sandy Mount Rose. On their way towards the third last flight then. Ruby Yeats, Shaw's Dilemma. River Arrow has now forfeited the lead. lead and drops to the rear of the field. Ding Ding out wide. Much will depend on the jumping here on in. Ruby Yeats, Ding Ding, Shaw's Dilemma, all in the air pretty much together. Weighted with him behind Our Dots Baby and Sandy Mount Rose. Oh, who stumbled? I was just going to say how well Sandy Mount Rose was moving. Stumbled badly, now needs to recover as they run round the final turn. And it's Ruby Yeats racing sweetly for Josh Moore from Ding Ding under pressure. Our Dots Baby, now Sandy Mount Rose coming round the outside into third. It will be some recovery if she could get up to win as they race on towards the second last. Ruby Yeats from Our Dots Baby. Ruby Yeats over. Our Dots Baby. Sandy Mount Rose trying to stay on as they head on towards the final flight. And Ruby Yeats still keeping up the gallop. Sandy Mount Rose into second, but under pressure now at the last. Ruby Yeats pops over Owen, pitching on, landing in second. Sandy Mount Rose, and that's the finish of it. And up towards the line, Ruby Yeats on a roll here. And Ruby Yeats is going to win again. In the hands of Josh Moore for Dad Gary, a double for them. In second, Sandy Mount Rose. Third, Our Dots Baby. And a long gap back to Ding Ding in fourth.